Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to All Things Social Security. I am Stephanie Joy, the attorney at Joy Disability. Welcome to the channel, and I hope you enjoy the video. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Happy Friday, Red Friday, actually. Thank you so much to our deployed military members for doing what they do on all the very important missions we have going on now. And I certainly appreciate the fact that you can't be home with your families like most of us can. And I appreciate you immensely from the bottom of my heart, as I do believe everyone who's watching this does. So stay safe out there, and thank you again for everything you do for us. For everybody else, TGIF, it is Fraud Law Review, Friday Fraud Law Review. So today what we have is, I thought it was kind of interesting. I usually read them initially with you guys now. I used to do the pre-reading and I'm like, no, we'll just read it together. So this one, as you know, is from the SSA Office of Inspector General. This was published on June 18th, 2026. This says it's from the Western District of Washington. It says former Bellevue social worker was sentenced to prison for stealing benefits from a vulnerable victim. All right, this is going to make me want to vomit probably, but okay, here we go. This 48-year-old former Bellevue, Washington woman, so apparently she was a social worker, right? In fact, I'll just pop down to where the court records are discussed. She became a social worker from I'm never going to say this right, I'm going to butcher it. Snoqualmie Tribe in January of 2023. She's 48. Did I say that? In September of 23, 9 months later, she applied by telephone to be the Social Security representative payee for a minor child with intellectual disabilities who was a ward of the tribe. The child's mother had died, leaving survivor benefits to the child. Okay, so you guys know what that is. The mom died. She had been a worker paying her premiums for Social Security retirement benefits or Social Security insurance benefits generally. And she passed. And because she had a minor child, generally a child is going to be eligible for and likely entitled to an auxiliary benefit under the deceased parent's work record. That's what the deceased parent worked for and paid for when they paid those premiums. It wasn't just for their own retirement. It's not just for if they become disabled. It's also for if they have minor children and either one of the above tragedies happens to them. Okay, so child loses his mother, his or her mother. The tribe prohibits its social workers from becoming a representative payee for any child under its care. Okay. Nevertheless, Akintola, whoops, I wasn't going to say her name, was I? Used the child's, I think she pled to something, used the child's social security number and her own, unbelievable, to apply to be the minor's child rep payee, and once appointed as such, had the benefits intended for the child deposited into a bank account she controlled. She then spent the money that was deposited in the account for her own benefit, including a purchase of a North Bend retailer. Okay. In 2024, so 2 years ago this month, she had been collecting the benefits for at least 5 months. She went with her supervisor to the SSA to determine what had happened to the victim's funds. Oh, huh? I guess somehow they stopped. When the Social Security reported that she was the representative payee, she denied it to her supervisor. She resigned from her position with the Snoqualmie Tribe the next day. Okay, so I just want to go back up. So she was it sounds like she was, okay, so she was a social worker for the tribe. The tribe does not allow social workers to be rep payees of their chart, the people that they're helping, the children. So she had, of course, wormed her way in to be that anyway, so that she could take the money and spend it. All right. Wow. So something happened. I wonder if her supervisor with the tribe went with her to the SSA because the child's benefits for 5 months they hadn't been received because they'd been going to her. Okay. I'm a little slow, but I'm getting it. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? All right. So that's apparently what happened. So she must have been pooping her pants when the supervisor, her boss, said, "We're going down to the SSA and filing what, why are we not getting the money for the child that we're caring for?" She must have been in a panic, goes to the SSA with the supervisor, then has to lie to the supervisor, saying that she wasn't the representative because it's not allowed. But Social Security said she was indeed the representative payee. Anyway, so she resigned from her position, you think, the very next day. Uh, I'm going to read this little part because it's the tribe representative that made a statement. So this was an SSA that gets a little, blowhardy. It says, in our profession, a social worker is meant to be a safekeeper, a protector for children who have been stripped of their safety, family, and stability. This lady did not just fail in that duty, she weaponized her position of power to systematically steal from a grieving autistic child her future independence. This money was not a luxury, it was a lifeline. The defendant did not just steal money, she manufactured a false relationship of safety with a traumatized child, exploiting that unearned trust for financial gain. Yeah, I think that tribal representative is really spot on. So anyway, the lady did play a social worker, and a sentencing hearing was supposed to happen in May, but she failed to show up. The prosecutors learned that she had left the United States on the 20th, a couple days before, and traveled to go to Togo in West Africa using a passport issued in a different last name. But she did appear for the plea and sentencing yesterday, and I think it says up here she was ordered into custody yesterday to serve the 5 months in prison for stealing those Social Security benefits. So she didn't show up for the first time, but she showed up the second time. I wonder if she was arrested or she just decided that she, you know, running and hiding wasn't going to work. I don't know. Uh, anyway, so when she did show up, she was ordered into custody to start serving the sentence immediately. She has to pay back over $17,000 in restitution to the SSA. And she is, you think, precluded from becoming a Social Security representative payee for anyone in the future. Really? Oh my gosh, but that's so cruel. Just kidding. All right. What do you guys think? What should be the penalty for that? She only got 5 months. She's still 5 months worth of benefits. So she only gets 5 months worth of prison. That's like a long camping trip. I think it should be years. That's just me. Anybody? I mean, I'm not saying 25 years, but at least 5 of hard time. No? Am I being too harsh here? What do you guys think? 5 months. I don't know. I think that's a little light for what she did. I do. All right, that's just me. Anyway, thank you again to our Red Friday deployed military members. Be safe out there. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hope to see you at Wednesday's live stream Q&A. All Social Security questions are asked and answered, so feel free to put your question in and or just say hello and take a listen. It's usually about 2 hours. Oftentimes it goes longer than 2 hours, and occasionally it goes shorter than 2 hours. We also have our 12 p.m. every day pre-recordeds replayed for you, sometimes with an attachment for more details and clarity added on. So those are the ones that really help the channel. If you pay attention to those, the live streams really just for the public, but the pre-recordeds, if you watch those every day, would be great because they support this channel in a way that allows the mission of the channel, which is a 1%, 5% crowd, to get representation when no one will otherwise be able to represent them. So we take that on as our mission with this channel. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a great weekend, and God bless everybody. Bye-bye.